Hello, good day. How are you today? Okay, good. You're good, right? Good. So today in mathematics, we are going to be learning about percentage. We are going to know the meaning of percentage and how to solve percentage. Also with fraction, how to solve percentage with fraction also. Okay? So let's get into today's study. We first of all know the meaning of percentage. What do we mean by percentage? Percentage is a way of expressing a part of something in terms of 100. Okay? In percentage form, the symbol is this. This is the symbol of percentage. We call this symbol percentage. It is used after a number to indicate that it is being expressed as a fraction of 100. Remember, we said percentage is expressing a part of something in the terms of 100, right? Good. So we have an example here. We have 1%. Remember, I said it's used after a number to indicate that it's expressed a fraction of 100. Okay, so we have 1% here. It means 1 over 100. Okay, the percent here is over 100. Remember, the percent also represents 100. So we have 1% here. So it is 1 over 100. Okay. Good. So we're going to be looking at some examples to know better on how to solve percentage. Okay, are we ready? We are ready, right? Okay, let's go. We have example here. Express 24%, 25%, 50%, and 150% as a fraction. So we are to turn these whole numbers into fraction in percentage. Okay? So now we say 24%, it will be equals to 24 over 100. Where did this 100 come from? This sign. This sign represents what? 100, right? So this sign represents 100. So we say 24 over 100. So we're going to reduce this to its lowest form. Okay? Can we do that? So let's say we start with 2. If 2 divide 24, it will go right without a remainder. Yes. And if 2 divide 100, it will go without a remainder. Okay? So if 2 divide 24, it's going to give us 12. And if 2 divide 100, it's going to give us 50. So we have 12 over 50. This is still not the lowest. A number can still divide it, right? So we think of another number. 2 can divide it. If 2 divide 12, it will give us 6. And if 2 divide 50, it's going to give us 25. Okay? So this is the lowest it can go. If we want to use 2 and divide 6, it will go. But if we use 2 to divide 25, it won't go. There will be a remainder. So our answer is 6 over 25. It's in the lowest form. This is the lowest this number can go. So they say as a fraction, 24% as a fraction. So this is the fraction of 24%. We have 6 over 25. Okay, we're going to move to the next number. The next number is 25%. We have to turn 25% into a fraction. And how do we do that? We say 25 over 100. The 100 represent this sign, right? The percentage sign. Remember, the percentage is what? It's explained as a way to express a part of something in terms of 100. So this percentage sign or symbol stands as 100. So we say 25 over 100, okay? And now we're going to think of a number that can divide 25 and also divide 100 without a remainder. So what number can divide 25 and divide 100 without a remainder? We have 5. 5 can divide 25 and it won't have a remainder, and 5 can divide 100 and it won't have a remainder. Okay, so we say 5. 5 divided by 25, we have 5, and 5 divided by 100, we have 20. So we have 5 over 20. Can this still be divided? Yes, it can. This is not the lowest form. So we can still divide it. And 5 can divide itself, and 5 can divide 20. If 5 divides itself, it will give us 1. And if 5 divides 20, it will give us how many? 4. Because 5 times 4, it will give us 20, right? So 5 can divide 20, and when 5 divide 20 to give us 4. So our answer is 1/4. Okay, so the fraction of 25% is 1/4. Do we understand? The fraction of 25% is 1/4. This is the lowest it can go. Okay, good. Let's go over to the next one. The next one, we have 50%. We have what? 50%. And how do you write it? It's 50/100. The sign of percentage is what? 100. Okay, so we have 50/100. We are going to turn this fraction to its lowest form. So, and how do we do that? We cancel 0 can cancel 0, so we cancel 0 and cancel 0. We are left with what? 5/10. This cannot be the lowest form because 5 can divide 10, right? Yes. So we say 5 divides itself is 1, and 5 divided 10 is how many? 2. So we have 1/2. So the fraction of 50% is 1/2. Okay, did we get that? It's easy, right? Changing a number in percentage to fraction, right? So we're going to go to another example. Here we have 150%. And how are we going to change 150%? We say 150/100. The percentage sign represents 100, right? So we have 150/100. What do? We cancel zeros first. We say 0 cancel 0. We are left with 15/10. And how do we divide 15/10? Because this cannot be the lowest. There should be a number that can divide 15 and also divide 10. What is that number? 5. 5 can divide 15 and 5 can divide 10. If 5 divide 15, it's going to give us 3. And if 5 divide 10, it's going to give us 2. So we have 3/2. This is our lowest form, and we can leave it like this. This is an improper fraction because the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So our answer can be left like this, or we change it into a mixed fraction. And how do we change it into a mixed fraction? We do the long division method. Okay, we say 3 divided by 2. So when 2 wants to divide 3, it will go into how many times? Only 1, and there will be a remainder, right? Good. So we say we write out 1. 2 times 1 will give us 2, and 3 minus 2 will give us 1. So this is the remainder, right? So we say how do we write our mixed fraction? We say 1, which is up here. 1, this is the whole number, then 1/2, which is the numerator and denominator. This serves as the numerator and this serves as the denominator. It remains the denominator, and this one serves as the whole number, which is 1/2. This is a mixed fraction. So we can leave our answer like this. The fraction of 150% is 3/2, or we can say 1/2. Okay, did we understand that? Good. Let's go over to other examples. Here we have express the following as a percentage. We are to turn these fractions into percentage. Are we ready? Remember, we're learning about percentage, right? So we are to turn this fraction into percentage. We have here number 1, 1/8. How are we going to turn this into a percentage? We say 1/8 times 100. Remember, we're turning it into a percentage, and we say percentage is 100, right? It refers to the term 100. So we say 1/8 times 100. Then we write 1/8 times 100/1. We have an invisible 1/100. Okay, so we're going to think of numbers that can cancel. Okay, 2 can cancel 8, it will give us 4, and 2 can cancel 100, it will give us 50. So we have 50/4. It can still cancel, right? This is not the lowest form, right? So we say 2 cancel here to give us 2, and 2 cancel here to give us 25. So we have 25/2. This is an improper fraction. So we're going to change it into a mixed fraction or a decimal point for us to get our percentage. So we say 2 divided by 25, right? And if 2 wants to divide 25, it will go into how many places? It will go into 12. And when we write out 12, we say 2 times 12, it will give us 24. If 25 minus 24, it will give us 1. There is a remainder, right? So we say 12, which is the whole number, and 1, which is the numerator, over 2, which is 12, 1 over 2%. Or we can change it into a decimal point. Okay, how do we do that? When we divide 2 divided by 25, we say it will go into 12 places, right? So write 12, and 12 times 2, it will give us 24. When we minus 25 minus 24, it will give us 1. Then we'll put our decimal point, which is here, and add a 0. When you have a decimal point here, you can add a 0 to your remaining number. Remember, 1 is our remaining number, so we added 0. Okay, and now we think of a number that when multiplied it will give us 10, and when divided it will give us the number. We have 5, so 5 times 2 will give us 10, right? So we write out 10 over 10 minus 10 is 0, right? So our answer is 12.5. Did we understand that? So our answer is 12.5%. So in 1 over 8, when we're turning into a percentage, the answer is either a mixed fraction, which is 12, 1 over 2%, or it is in a decimal point, which is 12.5%. Did we understand that? Good. We have another example here that says 25 over 40. We have to turn it into a decimal, a percentage, right? We have to turn it into a percentage, right? How do? It we do the same process which we did here. Time 25 over 40 times 100. We have 25 over 40 times 100 over 1. What do? We cancel zeros, right? We cancel 0, and we have 250 over 4, and we use 2 to cancel. With 2 in 4 is 2, and 2 in 250 is 125. We do the long division method, and when we do that, we have 62 1 over 2 percent. Sorry, I forgot to put the percent here. So we have 62 1 over 2%, or we turn it into a decimal point. When we have our remainder 1, when we do our long division method and we have our remainder 1, we put a point sign here and add 0. When you have a point sign here, you can add 0, and when you add 0, we say 5 times 2, it will give us 10, and when we do that, it's 0. So our answer is 62.5%. Okay, did we get that? So it's just the same thing. Okay, so the percentage of 25 over 40 is 2.5%, or the mixed fraction 2.5, sorry, 62.5%, or the mixed fraction 62 1 over 2. Sorry for that mistake. Okay, we'll go over to the next example. Here we have, find the value of the following: 10% of 200 eggs. 10% of 200 eggs. How do we do that? 10 over 100. This is the percent, right? The percent represents 100, right? So 10 over 100 times 200. There's an invisible one under the 200. So we write our equation. Then we do the cancellation method. If we cancel 0 and 0, here is left with 1, and here is left with 10. We cancel another 0 with 200. Here is left with 20, right? So our answer is 20 eggs. So 10% times 200 eggs will give us 20 eggs. Okay, the next one we have here is a mixed fraction of 12 1 over 2 of 1000 kilometer. We do the same. We write out our 12 1 over 2 over 100, which is the percent, then times 1000 equals to, write it out. We cancel zeros. Okay, and we're left with 12 1 over 2 times 10. We turn this into an improper fraction. When we do that, it's 2 times 12 plus 1. And when we do that, we have 25 over 2 times 10 over, there's an invisible one over here. Okay, did we get that? Then we cancel. We are left with, our answer is 125. Okay, did we get that? I hope we understood. So we're going to be using some assignments to refer to our exercise. Okay, you have to do this assignment and refer to your examples to know better on how to solve a percentage. Okay, sorry for the mistake. Okay.